I get people to take their keys off of exchanges so that they have self-sovereignty, so they don't have Mt. Gox coming from them. Oh, and by the way, Mt. Gox will be handing out those Bitcoin for sale at some point, 140,000 of them, which is about, I don't know, a lot of money. What's 140,000 times 50 grand? A lot of money. $7 billion maybe?
7 million.
No, 7 billion with B. They got 140,000 Bitcoin. I'll just do it in calculator real quick. Calc 50K times 140. 1, 2, 3. Sorry.
You're right. I forgot the 1,000.
Yeah, I think it's 7 billion. So, you know, if people would listen to me and remove the counterparty risk, which was Bitcoin was invented to do, and Bitcoin was invented to get rid of middlemen, but Bitcoiners suck middleman D all day, every day because they don't have a choice. If you want to earn yield on your Bitcoin, for instance, Mr. Svetsky, I did a little bit of debate prep. I watched the interview with him and a guy named BitBoy. He says that he can't sell his Bitcoin. He's got it locked up for how long? How long did you say you have your Bitcoin locked up for?
Let me unmute both things. I mean, there's not a time limit to it, but I've done it in such a way that it's extraordinarily difficult for me to get access to my Bitcoin probably for the next 10 or 20 years.
Well, I mean, I could show you how to use Bitcoin better if you want. There's a function called check lock time verify, and you can lock up your Bitcoin and not have to worry about it at all because you won't be able to touch it at all.
Yeah, I looked at that, but at the time, like I set it up in such a way that now for me to go back and do that is just really difficult. So it's well stored. So I'm pretty happy with the setup at the moment. It's not ideal, could be better, but
I got great news for you. So what he did, you might be able to consider smart. Delaying gratification and spending more time in the market is better than trying to time the market. And if you have a product that has product market fit, like Bitcoin has, you're very likely going to do better holding on to it than trying to call tops and bottoms, because almost no one can do it, which is why I brag about it, because literally no one else calls top of the day, just me, nobody else. So now imagine you could do what he just suggested, which if more people did it, imagine you bought Bitcoin at $1, and instead of selling it at 10 or 100 or 1,000, you held it to 70,000. Boy, you'd have so much more money. There'd be so much more millionaires in the world, Bitcoin millionaires. But imagine...
Richard, I hate to interrupt you, but you just have to unmute on Spaces real quick. Sorry.
Thank you. Hey, my pleasure. I need the help. So imagine that instead of delaying gratification as he has, which I assume has absolutely no yield because he probably doesn't like counterparty risk. Is that accurate? You're not making any yield on those frozen coins?
Correct.
Okay. I invented something that allows you to do exactly the same thing that you want to do, which is delay gratification, keep your dirty hands off of the most performant asset class in the history of mankind, except you make yield the entire time with absolutely no counterparty risk. People have lost hundreds of millions and billions of dollars to counterparty risk. I just told you that Mt. Gox trustee in Japan is going to hand out for sale to people 140,000 Bitcoin. Used to be 180,000 Bitcoin. What happened to the other 40,000 Bitcoin? He sold them and market dumped in December. He market dumped January, February, March of 2018, murdered the price by dumping those Bitcoin. And now those Bitcoin are worth more. So why did that happen? Because you don't have on-chain exchanges with Bitcoin. So you have to suck middleman D. You got Bitcoin, what can you do with it? You want to earn yield? You can either not earn yield, as Mr. Svetsky's done, or you can give it to a counterparty and beg that you get your money back. And oftentimes you do not. Oftentimes you do not get your money back. Mt. Gox went out of business, stole everybody's money. Quadriga CX went out of business, stole everybody's money. Cryptopia went out of business, stole everyone's money. BTCE got shut down by the government. A lot of people got jacked. $600 million seized by the Polish government from Finex. They had to issue a token to try and make the difference up, which they did. We see time and time and time again, people chasing yield and being destroyed by counterparty risk. And I designed the things to save these people. I gave you a coin for free, over $500 million of valuation now, that you could lock up and earn interest. And guess what? There's 100% perfect, flawless operation for 2.5 years now. And it's outperformed the Bitcoin price and it's outperformed the Ethereum price from their hardest to compete against times when they very first launched. And if you compare them from when we launched, it's even easier. We totally murder them. You used to be able to buy 1 hex for less than a Satoshi. It went up 1,000-fold. 1,000 times you could have multiplied your Bitcoin stack, 1,000-fold. and then it dipped. And now it's only worth 300 times as much. So we're only up 300x versus Bitcoin in the last 2.5 years with 100% perfect flawless operation. Guess who doesn't have 100% perfect flawless operation? Bitcoin doesn't. Bitcoin.org was hacked just a couple months ago, and I had to do an emergency live stream to try and save Bitcoiners from the scam that was on the front page of Bitcoin.org. Did Satoshi do a live stream to save Bitcoiners? No, I did. Did Satoshi give you any free coins? No, I did. By the way, as far as free coins go, you know, everybody on Ethereum is getting a copy of every single coin on that entire network because I, through the set of my labor and my effort, am giving everyone a free copy of every single coin on the Ethereum network for free on a new network. You just literally point your MetaMask to a different server, and our coins are all sitting there. And it's been working great for months on testnet. And within the next month, we probably go to mainnet. And what are you getting for free as a Bitcoiner? You're not getting nothing. You know how much free money there is in the Ethereum ecosystem? 1inch free, Uni free, Gitcoin free, ApeCoin free, Hex. You guys, the only guy that hooked you guys up was me. I'm the only guy that hooked Bitcoiners up. Ethereum guys didn't get free Hex, but now they're getting everything copied. So like, I got a list of, I got a list that's so long about why the things I've built make the world a better place. I mean, I just don't want to dominate the conversation. I feel like Alex should get to talk some, so I'm going to give him an opportunity to do some talking here.
All right, I'll jump in. I mean, I guess for all the people who got a bunch of free shit, you know, I assume they're thankful. So I guess that's a good thing in that sense. But I mean, you mentioned making the world a better place because you're giving or helping people get free stuff. I mean, I don't know if that makes the world a better place. I would argue that makes the world a softer, weaker, more
I got my
fragile
Bitcoin
place.
for free. I double-clicked an exe in my computer, and Satoshi gave it to me for free. It was great freemium on-ramping to get new users addicted, and that's how they got my money. I used to mine full Bitcoin blocks on my own.
Unmute yourself.
I'm working on it. I used to mine full Bitcoin blocks on my own with no pool and get 50 Bitcoin every once in a while into my computer, mining on GPU. And then it went away.
And that helped
and it got
bootstrap the network. Well done.
That's right. Yeah. And now guess what happens? Now it's totally centralized. You have to suck D to mine Bitcoin. You got to go to a hardware manufacturer. You have to go to a hardware manufacturer that's definitely not in America and beg them, hey, can you please send me a Bitcoin miner kind of on time and not spend too much time, quote, testing it? Because the first 2 weeks are 50% profit of the entire lifetime of the machine because the difficulty is always shooting through the roof. Can you please test my machine a little bit less long so that I can try and ROI? That's also incorrect
because I mine with an S9.
Let's get unmute yourself on Spaces.
I was going to say it's kind of incorrect because I still mine with an S9 and it, you know, I mean, although it earns fuck all, you know, there's something there. So
no, but I just said that the profit is front loaded because the difficulty is going up. This is mathematically proved.
But
this is not debatable.
That's reaching a